Oh, hello. I hope you're all enjoying Numatic Week. All you Henry, Harry, James, George, Hetty, Jack. What other ones are there? There's so many I've lost count. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying the series of videos for this week only. There will be more Numatic cleaners coming up during the year, of course. But just for you Numatic fans, it's a whole week just of Henry and his friends. And today I thought I'd take a little half-time break and look through some of my old Numatic brochures. I'm looking at the Homecare one. It's not a very old brochure, this. I'm not sure on the date. Here's all the Numatic brochures I've got. It's not a huge amount. That's it. That's the entirety of my Numatic brochures. But I've got Homecare. We've got Proline here. This is one of the older types. Look at them. Oh, another Homecare. I think this is older. Oh, I didn't know I had an I Love Henry. Oh, this is when they used to do the sort of old cartoon pictures of the people. They have got real photographs of the cleaners, but there's some sort of drawings as well. Wow, look at that. So what I think I might do, I'll take a selection of these because I didn't realise, I know I didn't have that many, but there's quite a lot there to feature in just one brochure. So I'll take a few of these and we'll look at them in more detail. Would you like to do that? Okay then. I'll have to scan these in so we can see them a bit more clearly, but we'll go through them and talk about them, shall we? Okay then, let's start with the Hello brochure. So on page 2 we've got International Sales Policy and buy Numatic, buy with confidence. So this is basically, I think, not really meant for the average customer to look at. This is for people possibly that sell pneumatics. And on page 3 we've got another couple of drawings of a man and a lady, professional dealer program. Wherever there are people living, working or relaxing, there you will find Numatic. So this is obviously talking about their commercial cleaners found in hotels and shops throughout the world. And then we've got a short history. Now I've just realised, I didn't know this until recently, that I am the same age as the Numatic company. So when the Numatic company are having a big celebration, which they'll be having in 2019, so that's next year at the time of making this video, they will be the same age as I am. So alright, I'll come clean. Numatic, it says here, Numatic International was founded in 1969, the same year that I was founded. What a coincidence. And they're still making cleaners in England, and there's a line up there showing famous Henry at the front with some of their older machines illustrated at the back. Very basic, aren't they? And then a bit further down the page we've got a rotary scrubber, I think, and that could be a scrubber dryer, or that's possibly a wet back actually, with a squeegee on the front. And then we've got a line drawing of Numatic's factory, talking more about their history. I'll have to read this through properly one day, it's very interesting. And on the next page, sales, sales, sales. Question, where and to whom are Numatic products sold? Answer, where are Numatic products not sold? So they're basically saying Numatic products are everywhere: home, hospital or hotel, plane, train or bus, school, shop or office, and the list goes on and on. And over the page on the other side, some more pictures of hotels, and there's Henry there, and there's a cleaning trolley. Cleaning is not just people or machinery in isolation, it is the achieving of the correct balance between the people and the equipment, coupled with careful planning in order to ensure that results and improved standards are not only achieved but also maintained. And you can see at the bottom there's a picture of a lady using a computer. Quite a dated looking computer, isn't it? So on the next page, the Magic Circle Integrated Sales Strategy. So it's again just talking about all the different products. The rotary floor machines, mopping systems, mobile waste systems, commercial vacuum cleaners, carpet extraction cleaners. So all sorts of information there. Over the page, design, engineering, a little bit about how the machines are designed, and some more mixture of real photographs and some of the drawings that Numatic favoured on their boxes and instructions. If you remember me unboxing the Henry Hound, it had that type of graphic on the box using the drawings instead of photos. Next page, production, logistics. And then again, another mixture of drawings and photographs showing a few factory pictures and how there's a Henry there coming off the production line, all boxed up and ready to be delivered to a shop. And on the end here, we've got all the sales literature support, 10 different brochures. I'll be looking at some of those from the Homecare, Floor Care, Combi Systems, and number 10 is Special Line. And then on the back page, we've just got some addresses there, including Numatic's address in Somerset. Okay, we'll quickly flip through this one that says International, and this has got lots more pictures of the product lineup. So first page, we're showing the Homecare. So there's the Henry Micro there, the HVR 200M, and the Henry Turbo. I'd still like one of those, the HVR 200T, and of course we've got the Henry Hound, which I've recently got, the HHR 200. As you can see, the HVR 200 and the HHR 200 are very similar, apart from of course the colour, and I think the Henry Hound comes with the odour reducing filter. Then we've got a James there, JVH 180, a Charles CVC 370, and a George CVE 370. And that George, I've never seen one or had one, but that's got the clear see-through hose. I always wanted a clear one, but they all seem to be supplied with the black hoses. Then we've got Prime Line, which is sort of for commercial use, for small commercial use, including a couple of powerhead cleaners there. Look, the NVP 200T and the NVR 200T is again shown the same as in the Homecare range, I believe. And there's some other cleaners, and there's another, I think that's a metal bodied cleaner, the NVQ 200T, or is it? I'm not sure. Looks like it's a larger capacity. There could be a metal bodied one. And some other machines there. Next page, Prime Line. We've got some of the backpack machines, including one with a turbo nozzle, the turbo electric nozzle. I'd like one of those. And some big wet and dry vacs, and some, there is a clear George there with a clear bin and some clear binned wet and dries too. Moving on to Proline, got some big beasts here. I think the yellow ones are for picking up hazardous waste, so they have a very effective filter. And more great big huge wet and dry vacuums there for use in big shops and factories. Then we've got these scrubbers, rotary polishers and scrubber dryers here in the Floor Care range, including some battery powered ones. You might see some of those in action in supermarkets. If you go into a supermarket early on in the day, they'll still be using those to clean the floor. So it scrubs the floor with some detergent, and then there's a big squeegee at the back that sucks up all the dirty water. So it's really like a big version of a Hoover Floormate or a Bissell Crosswave. And then we've got mopping systems, all in very nice bright colours. Trolleys to store all the cleaning products. And then we've got compacts, so they're sort of smaller mopping systems for smaller hotels and for smaller areas. Next page we have Combi Systems, so these big trolleys there, they've even got space, look, to hold a Henry there, and there's a big sack for all the rubbish and little containers for all the cleaning products. So that's for people going around cleaning hotel rooms, things like that. And then we've got Servo Care, again more sort of trolleys on wheels for various things like laundry, clean laundry there. And on the back page again we've just got all the addresses. Moving on to Homecare, we'll start to see some familiar smiley faces. So we've got the Henry HVR 222 there, the classic Henry, and there's that little expanded view showing Henry, his rewind power head. This has the 1200 watt motor, and then we've got the filtrations showing the different filtrations, the Tritex, the micro filter, and Henry Hound filters, and of course the dust bags. They hadn't introduced the HEPA flow bags at this stage, still got the paper bags. Over the other side of the page we are showing the Henry Micro with the extra micro filter, the Henry Turbo, and of course there we go, there's the Henry Hound. Fantastic. Over the page we have the James JVH 180, a little lighter James. I do like the James. If you don't want the rewind system, want something a little bit cheaper and lighter, the James is a very good little cleaner. Then Charles, you saw me unbox Charles earlier in Numatic Week. Looks more or less like that one does. It's that one is the CBC 372. Then George will probably be coming up. There we go, there's George, the CVE 372, showing all the kits, the A26A kits you get with George. All those accessories come with the George. You've got the hard floor cleaning head, the carpet washing head, the upholstery washing head, and of course all the dry tools as well. And then on page 7 we've got all the various kits shown that come with the different cleaners in the Numatic Homecare range, and the back page is the same, just all the addresses. Prime line now, so I think these are the more commercial type cleaners. Here's a double page spread, Numatic, always different, and it's a difference that counts. So there we go, that's an overview showing a few of the machines and a few expanded views of the internals. There's a big wet and dry there, and there's a lady using a backpack vacuum with the turbo electric head. And we have the MVP range first, in quite a dull grey colour, but they've still got the smiley face, haven't they? So we've got these that look similar to James, and there's the taller ones that look like my Jack cleaner. And then over the page we've got, I'd love one of these, the MVP 200T with the 24 volt, safe 24 volt turbo electric head. And there you can see the turbo electric head, a little drawing showing some of the internal parts. And two ladies very happy in their work, aren't they? Actually, it could be the same lady. They look very similar. They could be identical twins. So there we go. Next, we've got the NVR range. So there's a Henry, more or less, but it just says Numatic. They haven't named him Henry. Then there's a turbo one, and the larger one, the NVR 200. You can still buy most of these cleaners, very similar anyway. I know you can get an Edward, which looks very like the NVR 370. It's that sort of shape, a slightly bigger bin on the Edward. Then we've got the MFQ range. It's one at the top there saying micro filter, and then there's that big beast with a larger capacity, the MFQ 472. Now we've got the famous Henry red colour NVQ range. More cleaners. They did make a lot of cleaners there. Well, they still do, don't they? And over the page we've got the NVQ 380, 382s and some others. And I think these are made of the styrofoam type plastic. They're slightly different plastic, I think, these larger ones. Some of them are anyway. Very robust. Designed to take the knocks in a commercial environment. Then the NQS range here. They do look odd without faces, don't they? They've got that small NQS 250/252 and a larger one, the 350B. And then over the page we've got the backpack range. There's a straight suction one there, a compact straight suction. Then we've got the one with a turbo electric, and then a larger capacity one, the RSV 200. As I say, I must get a backpack vac from Numatic. I think I'd like one. Over the page we're into the wet vac range, including a nice clear bodied machine that looks similar to a Charles in shape, but it's got a clear bin, and there's a larger version, and then there's a smaller version in the regular blue colour. And then over the page we've got VW 570, VW 572, and some other machines, including that beast, the VW D182DH. That's a massive capacity, isn't it? That's actually got 2 motors in it and a 70 litre wet capacity. And then we've got the CleanTech range, including the CTT 370, so that's very like a George, but with a clear bin and hose, and then a bigger version, the CTT 470, and they look like they just come with the wet kit, similar to the new Henry Wash. That just comes with the wet cleaning tools. It's not designed for dry, although I suppose you could buy a filter bag and the dry tools if you wanted for the Henry Wash. And over the page you've got some more extraction type machines, bigger capacity, and then all the accessory kits on that page there, showing all the commercial accessory kits for the backpack vacuums as well on the other page, and the wet dry vacuums. And then finally we've got all the kits for the extraction type cleaners. And the back page, filters, motors and cables, all different numbers you can order for different filters, dust bags, a motor, cables you can get as spares for your Numatic. And again, same back page with all the addresses. Finally, in this video we've got Proline. So Proline is exactly that, professional. So these are the big pneumatics for the hotels, big hotels, factories, airports, railway stations. They need a big, powerful, large capacity machine. So we've got the Numatic Industrials, the HZ series. So there again, they're for the hazardous dust. So they need to have very good filtration. Got stainless steel wet and dry machines, the Structofoam 1800s, and the Polyform series. I think all these would be much too big to use in a normal home, wouldn't they? Look at these massive cleaners, the Numatic Industrials. That one in the middle, the NTD 20032, that is huge, absolutely massive capacity that's got. Moving on, I think that'll have a twin motor too. Then here's all the hazardous cleaners for picking up dust that could be hazardous to health. So they will keep all the dust in. So that's very interesting. Now, does it say asbestos? Yes, they can be used for hazardous dust such as asbestos, finely divided silica, carcinogens and highly active pharmaceutical products. So anything you can't pick up with a regular cleaner, you have to use one of these specialist pneumatics. I wonder how much they cost. Quite expensive, I expect, even for the smallest one. Then over the page we have more. There's those big stainless steel ones, wet and dry cleaners. And then we've got these wet pickup machines, they're massive as well. The 70 litre 1800s. Then the Polyform wet and dry range, again absolutely huge looking, aren't they? I don't fancy lugging one of those around my house. Imagine trying to go up the stairs with one of those. Obviously they're not designed for home use, are they? And on the next 2 pages got the accessory kits again for the various ranges, showing you what comes as standard. And finally, filters, motors and cables again for the industrial range, the hazardous range and the wet commercial range, and a back page that's left blank for you to write your own notes on. And there we go, finally, again the same page showing all the Numatic addresses throughout the world. Well, that's about the end of this video. Hope you've enjoyed looking through these few brochures with me. Comment below if you'd like to see me go through some of my other Numatic brochures. They'll all be quite similar, I think. They haven't made so many changes. I've only got a few brochures, but I can do another couple of videos at some point if you want to see them on the rest of my Numatic brochures. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, ask them below. Thumb up, click the bell icon of course, and subscribe for lots more vacuum cleaner action. So until the next time, it's bye from me, and I'll see you soon.